Live. Run this up. Yes, sir. I'll talk to y'all later. Hopefully, I can talk to you guys soon. Hosting a giveaway soon. So, boom, boom. What's good, everybody in here? I appreciate you guys for joining, first and foremost. Secondly, welcome. Another free live masterclass session. If you guys are new, I host these every Monday, 8 p.m. Sydney time. Let your friends, let your family know that free game is being provided. Now, this one is going to be a pretty chill one, but I want to give you that understanding of why it's so important to have these crucial things. Okay. I'm going to go down and answer some questions from my Instagram. So earlier, I asked you guys to ask me
It is
some
Monday,
questions.
which means for those who
Ask me some questions, and we're going to be going over those first straight away. Go into my story, and then from there, we'll go into a little bit about mindset and why it's so important before starting any business. Does that sound good for you guys? And we're keen to run this up. Give me a thumbs up, give me a yes in the chat. Let's get this going, let's get this cracking. Yes, sir. All right. So, some Q&As from earlier was, how long have you been doing what you're doing now? Now, for me personally, I've been doing this for a little bit over a year now. And throughout my process, I knew that it wasn't going to be always up, 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 up. I knew that it wasn't always going to be down, down, down. What you got to understand is that you need to have the ability to adapt. You need to have the ability to persevere during moments and be able to just understand that what you're going through is going to be a testimonial to what you want, right? And what I mean by that is that if you want a certain outcome and what you've been doing for the past, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, what you've been doing before that has got to where you are today, and you want a desired outcome, you need to change what you've been doing prior in order to get to where you want to be. So I understood that there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable stages. It's going to be a lot of scenarios where you felt like giving up, right? You felt like this isn't something you want to do. This isn't something that you want to continue to do. But this is why this session is so important because I'm going to go in depth about how to persevere, how to get over that lump when you feel like giving up, when everyone seems to be against you in a sense. And we're going to go in depth on that later down on this masterclass. So stay tuned for that. Now, the next question, is there a downside to what you do? Now, there's always an upside, there's always pros and cons, there's always a downside. The way I kind of see it though, the only way it would ever become a downside is if you make it a downside, right? Is if you stop believing in yourself, if you stop trying to actually give something a go. It's like the gym, right? What's the downside to the gym? Give me one downside, and it's literally yourself. If you stop going to the gym, you're not going to start seeing results. If you stop eating the right foods, you're not going to see the results you want. So the only downside I would say to what it is we do and what we do to help is literally your own self and your own self limits and self beliefs into getting to where you actually want to be. Now, on to the next questions. Where have you traveled so far? So since I've started this, I've traveled back to New Zealand. I've traveled to Turkey. I've traveled to Dubai. I traveled to Japan. Traveled to Bali. And I think on the next agenda is probably going to be Europe or America. I think that's the next stages for myself moving forward and getting that running it up. Was it hard starting? Now, this is a common question I get all the time, right? I'm scared to start. Is it hard to get started? What did you do in order to get started? The number one thing any successful person is going to tell you is that you should have started yesterday. And what I mean by that is like we procrastinate about getting started because we're delaying something that we've always wanted, knowing that it requires a work, knowing that it requires discipline in order to get to where we want to be. Now, one of the boys I work really closely with, I'm going to talk about him as well. He spoke about every day you procrastinate is another day your mom goes to work. It's another day your dad goes to work, right? So when you look at it that way in terms of like, was it hard starting? It's not hard starting when you have the mindset of, okay, every day I procrastinate to start is another day my mother has to go to work, is another day my father has to go to work, is another day my family members have to work so hard in order to, provide for our family. This is a clear demonstration that you do not need to break your ass every single day, work twice as much, get paid the same as someone who's working twice as less. Clear understanding of that. I thought I'll cover that as well in the Q&A section because these were answered in the Instagram. But now I know we got a bunch of new people joining in. I'll go about my story and go into a very crucial part to where I am today. Now, first and foremost, all glory to the man above for giving me the strength to take this call, walk you guys through my story and how I did it for free. Okay. Now, I'm no different to many of you. You guys need to understand that, right? I'm just a regular person who found a way and found a will to get to where I wanted to be. 1 year ago, I used to work a warehouse job. I was stuck not knowing what I wanted to do because I knew I was always meant for more. I knew that there was something else out there for me. And I know you guys feel the same way, or else you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be here if you didn't know or believe that there was something more for you. Okay. I didn't want to work a warehouse job because, you know, I didn't want to work a warehouse job for the rest of my life. So I decided to make a change about it rather than watching others live the life I wanted, right? For example, okay, I know you guys might be looking at, my content and being like, I want to live that lifestyle. But the main difference that I made when I saw people living the lifestyle I want to is I genuinely just made the change. I made the change to become the creator and not the consumer. Because when you consume, it leads to inaction. When you create, it leads to action. And that's the one thing you guys need to understand is that taking action faster is going to lead you to success. Because many people don't want to fail. Many people don't want to go through the losses, but it's in the failures, it's in the losses where you learn everything you need to know in order to get to where you want to be. I always say this. Every time you fail, you gain more information to be successful. Okay? Success is defined by how many times you fail. Success is defined by this person is successful because he's failed 10 times more than the person who's scared to even try. And that is the point where you're going to have a leverage over someone. Okay? Now, for months and months, I tried to make money. Okay, I failed. I tried drop shipping. I failed. I tried trading. I failed. I failed because I had an ego, thinking I could do this all by myself without investing into learning how. Now, I'm not saying you can't learn, for free. I'm not saying that you can't learn on YouTube, but think about how long that is going to take you. I tried learning for free on YouTube for about 3 to 4 months and got absolutely nowhere, right? Had pretty much surface level information, had no direction, didn't know if something was right, didn't know if something was wrong, which is why I invested into someone who knew what was right. I invested into a mentor, invested into a community, and was a part of something that was going to teach me these skills and it's going to speed track my process to get to where I wanted to be, right? So I dropped my ego and invested into a skill set. This is very important, not a business model. I invested into a skill set. Okay. After investing into myself, I didn't see any results. Now I've spoke about this before. I felt like giving up. A lot of you guys are gonna feel that same feeling. Okay. One thing I did realize though is that you need to become someone of value, someone with knowledge, because a lot of you guys won't be here today if I didn't have the knowledge or value of someone that could come on here and talk to you guys for free about everything that I know, everything that I've been through to get to where I want to be. Okay. So day after day, I learned more and more and became someone of value. If we fast forward to today, being able to build a six-figure business online in less than 12 months, just from building a skill set. Not a business model, a skill set. Does that make sense so far? Do I need to go over anything? Please let me know in the chat or raise a hand right now. No questions. We're all good. We can move on. Can I get a thumbs up from someone or maybe something in the chat so we can move forward? Cool. Perfect. Now, everything you will learn today is the power of your why, the power of your vision, and the power of your environment. If I was to ask someone in this chat today, why do you feel like these three are so important? Can someone please answer in the chat or maybe even raise a hand. Anyone? No one? Dead? Explain that again. Okay. Does anyone understand why the power of your why, the power of your vision, and the power of your environment is so important? If you guys don't understand, I'm cool. I can explain it to you guys. No? Yes? They're important because they will become your motivation. 100%, right? I mean, I'll break it down for you guys very simple. The power of your why is why you do everything. It drives your mentality 100%. Your why is why you wake up every single day and go to work. Your why is why you wake up and put food on the table, right? Whether your why is to provide for your family, provide for your kids, whatever it is, that is why it's so important. Because if you woke up with no purpose, you woke up tomorrow and you just lived, what purpose do you have for this world? Right? This is why your why is so important. Now, if you back that up with your vision, okay, where do you want to be? Your why plus your vision, the most important thing that you need to put together. Your vision is the person you want to become. Now, I want you guys to please, please. I've done this before, but after this call, pretty much just sit in your room and close your eyes and envision the person of yourself in 6 months' time and think about everything that you want, that 6 months version of you. What does that person want? Is that person making money online? Is that person providing for his family? Is that person quit his job? Think about that 6 month version of you and start applying to that every single day. For example, right? Let's say you want to give back to your family in 6 months' time. Start doing that today. Start taking your little siblings out. Start taking your little nephews and nieces out. Start doing things around the house that's providing for your family because you know in 6 months' time it's going to be a bigger picture. It's going to be a bigger win, right? If you match this with your why and your vision, every single day you wake up, okay, I will do this because of that. I do this because I want to become that person in 6 months' time. This is ultimately going to be a superpower for you, a superpower. And I guarantee you it's going to be the biggest superpower you're going to have. All right. Now, you match that superpower with your environment, you're untouchable. You're unstoppable. Okay? Because your environment, you are who you surround yourself with. You are who you surround yourself with. Remember that. Okay? This is why the superpower of your why and your vision is so important, but then having your environment there is extra important, right? Because how many of you have a group of people, right, that either really support you or really don't support you whatsoever? Okay, I'm sure you guys have those sort of people who aren't as supportive as you want them to be, but hey, that's what it's meant to be. If you're not getting hate, then you're not doing something right. At the end of the day, that's the way I kind of see it. Are we all on the same page here? Cool, perfect. Now, like I told you guys before, I invested into a mentor, I invested into a skill set, I invested into myself. This is Reese Roberts, right? I want to tell you guys how important this is and to invest into yourselves, right? 6 months journey. So the other day marked my first $20,000 month, 24,000 AUD in 4 weeks total. Sitting at 40K, 43K followers as of today. I faced so many difficult obstacles on the path time and time again. And I've always pushed through because of these three things: my why, my vision, and this community, right? He knows the importance of your why. He knows the importance of your vision. He knows the importance of the community, right? He gave himself 12 months to quit his scaffold job. 2 months since joining, he saw the potential this had and took the massive risk. He quit his job went all in without seeing any results. He didn't see not a single dime. He didn't see results for weeks. It's so many points. It got tough. A lot of boys would vouch for him and say that. But if it wasn't for this community, he wouldn't be here, right? It goes to show that your why and your vision is your superpower. Your environment makes you unstoppable. You put that together, you're untouchable. Now, quote that because that's really powerful to understand. Your why and your vision is your superpower. Your environment makes you unstoppable. You put it together, you're untouchable. Are we all on the same page right there? Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Next, I want to talk about Huddy Boars. Now, my guy Huddy made his first 10K week in the last 4 weeks being back in ABC, right? He was literally 10K depth, 10K depth. So he lost $10,000 because he crashed his car, right? Once he got back into ABC, he learned everything he needed again. He was able to apply it. And the number one thing he did was put his trust in God. Number one. Okay. So everyone knew though, any kind of doubt if this doesn't work out, I promise you that he's been in the same position. He's been in that exact same position. Your big day will come if you keep showing up. And this is what I'm talking about. You're only going to show if you know your why. You're only going to show if you know your vision and if you have a good environment around you. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, if you guys could take a photo or write down your why, write down why you wake up every single day and do what you do. Write down your vision. Who do you want to become in 6 months' time? And as simple, right? Is my environment making me better or is my environment making me worse? Once you guys have done that, take a photo and screenshot it. Take a photo and send it to me or even put on your story, tag me so I know where your guys' understanding is. If you guys just want to send that to me straight away, I'm more than happy to do that. But if you guys could please do that, I'd really appreciate it. Okay? Because I want to understand where your guys' why is. I want to understand where your guys' vision is. I want to understand where your guys' environment is. Okay? This is very important. Now I'm going to say it again because it's very powerful and I want you guys to understand why it's powerful. Your why and your vision is a superpower. Your environment is everything you need to become unstoppable. You put it together, you become untouchable. Okay? Does that make sense to everyone so far? Perfect. Perfect. Understood. Now, I'm more than happy to answer your guys' questions now. I'm more than happy to, because I've been going, back and forth with myself at this point. So I'm more than happy to answer your guys' questions and let me know what made you join today. What made you, take your time out of your own day to jump on this call, listen to myself, talk about this, talk about that. I guess what made you guys join? And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll give you guys like 2 to 3 minutes to come up with some questions or let me know what made you join today. It's an opportunity for sure. Question, bro. What were some of the setbacks that you encountered during the 4 month period of not making money? Ooh, people doubting me, bro. People not believing or trusting in the process. So it was all outside noise. It wasn't, it was all external in a sense. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything to do with myself. I trusted the process. I believed that it would work. I knew it wasn't going to be overnight success, like all these get rich schemes that people talk about. I knew it was going to be a grind, but when people started to say things, that kind of got to me, especially family, bro. It's like, oh, probably isn't gonna work out, bro. Just go back to working a job. I didn't want to settle for that, to be honest. I just brute force my way to getting to where I wanted to be and made it happen. Because if I didn't, no one would. Sorry, could you say that quote again? 100%. So we go back to, right, your why and your vision is a superpower. Your why and your vision is a superpower. Your environment and your why and your vision. Wait, did I miss that up? Let me re-scratch that. Because that was off the dome. That was a really good quote, but let me get that back. So your why and your vision is your superpower. It's very important to have it. Your environment is what's going to make you unstoppable. You put it together, you're untouchable. Okay? Your why and your vision is your superpower. Your environment is what's going to make you unstoppable. You put your why and your vision together, you put your why, your vision, and your environment together, you become untouchable. Write that down. Quote me. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. I joined because all of this is too good to be true. So if you and others can do it, I'm sure myself and everyone here on this call can too. I'm very thankful for this. And also, when you did first start, what exactly did you do first? Did you just make content? Did you make something else? I was actually appointment setting. So I landed my first role as an appointment setter for a fitness company. My first week into learning everything. So my first week after investing into myself, I landed my first role as a appointment setter for a fitness company. And then from there, I didn't make any money, but I learned everything I needed from that, right? From the experience. I think that was the most important thing because I learned how to manage messages for another company. I learned how to pretty much know how to get someone to where they are right now to where they want to be. Obviously, I didn't make any money. I mean, I probably wasn't the best at the start, and you never will be, but I learned everything I needed to in the, 3 to 4 month period where I was like, I wasn't lost. I knew exactly what I needed to do because I had learned throughout my mistakes. So my first weekend was appointment setting. Then around 3 to 4 months, started posting content and then started making money through appointment setting through that as well. Cool. Thanks for that, Laura. Anyone else have any questions? No questions? Cool. When's the next free session, brother? Every Monday, 8 p.m. Sydney time. What's a skill set? Skill set is something that you can apply to the marketplace, broski. Do I have to upload contents too? Nah, bro. So the one thing you need to understand, bro, is like when it comes to content itself, I know a lot of people don't want to post content. I know a lot of people want to, be behind the scenes. I know a lot of people don't want to put their face out there in a sense. And that's why appointment setting is probably the most important skill you can learn first. Because you don't need to post content to do appointment setting. You don't need any of that to do um you don't need to post content to do appointment setting, what I'm trying to say. What you need is a skill set in sales where you don't need to post content, don't need to put yourself out there. You just need to have a skill set in sales in itself. To answer the question above, what's a skill set? A skill set is something that you can have knowledge on and then apply it to a business model, right? Let's say, for example, drop shipping, right? Let's say you want to do drop shipping. You need a skill set in order to sell your product. You need a skill set in order to sell whatever it is you're doing. The keyword is sell. SMMA, you're selling a service. Let's look at trading. You're selling whatever it is, stock. Okay, you need to learn the fundamentals of sales first. How much do we need to start? It depends where you're starting or where you want to start in the first place. For me personally, I tried doing everything for free for about 3 to 4 months. got nowhere until I actually invested into a mentor, until I actually invested into myself. But a lot of people get it confused on like, okay, how much money do I need? It's not just about the money. It's about your effort and your time and where you're putting all of your attention, because it's not about time as money. It is literally about where you put your attention. Every time you put your attention towards something, that is what you're going to get in return, right? Let's say your intention is to get bigger in the gym. If you purely focus on your attention to get bigger in the gym, you're going to get bigger because that's where your attention is. So understand that investing into yourself isn't just about money. It's about your effort, it's about your time, and then your attention as well. I hope that makes sense. Hey, we had about two new people join, Jess and C, if I see that one right. But we're pretty much at the Q&A stage. So if you guys have any questions or even what made you guys join at this time, be free to answer them or ask them, and I'll be able to answer them. Doot, 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 doot. How much do we need to start, please? I think I just went over that. Or does it depend on the skill set we want to learn? Yes, it depends on what you actually want in the first place. Because a lot of people want to start, but a lot of people don't know why they want to start. Right? So you got to reframe it to make them believe, okay, you want to start because of this reason and you want to get X desired goal, right? You want X desired goal because you're in X current situation. So in order to do that, this is what we have in plan to order to get to where you want to be. Whether it's this skill set, whether it's that skill set, no matter what it is, you want to get here, you're in this position. There's a bridge there. We need to get over that bridge and have a solution for you to get that going. Yeah, brother. So basically it's not about how much it costs, but rather how much would it cost your future. 100%, brother. 100%. What's going to cost you if you don't get started? Are you going to be working for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of your life doing something that you don't want to do? I mean, that's going to cost you more. Sorry for the late. Sorry for joining so late. Will you be sharing the recording later? Perhaps I might be. If you guys are really serious about this, I would really appreciate you guys to DM me the word live so I know you're ready or wanting this specific masterclass. I'll be sending it to only a few people just because I want this one to be tailored to more you guys because I know you guys joined this one. You guys had the value in this one. So if you want it, DM me the word live and I can send that one through. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, that's pretty much it for tonight. I appreciate everyone that jumped on. Once again, if you want that free live masterclass session, just DM me the word live and I can send that one through. If you guys want one-on-one support, also message me with your guys' why. Like write out your why you wake up every single day, write out your vision of who you want to become in 6 months, and then write out your environment. Is it getting you better or is it getting you worse? Okay. I look forward to seeing you all soon. It was really good seeing every single person on here. Hopefully, I can see you guys next week. Let your friends, let your families know. Post me on Instagram stories, whatever it is. I get this up and running. But God bless, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.